He say, she say, bullshit to the freeway. 366 days hustling, don't forget to leave day. She a freak, break the beat, watch Snapchat on replay. Xanax, Percocet, yes, these hoes wanna sleep today. He leaning, she leaning.
Alright, guys, so we're back at it again. One more time, we going in.
I know, this is round 2, dog, round 2.
Adventures with Black Nerds, man. I'm seriously happy that we decided to do this and that we're continuing with this, and I'm just thankful for those who are listening.
Man, it's cool because it's like we get to have these conversations and always refer back to them. I listened to our first one at least 4 or 5 times.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, me too.
Literally driving home, listening to it, and there's so much stuff. I'm sitting there, I'm nodding to it, like that's a real, like, oh yeah, that ain't me, that ain't me on there talking.
It's a total trip. But we here, man. So how you feeling?
I'm feeling great. I'm good, man. Like, I just was so excited about doing it. I know it's been 2 weeks, but things happen, and I'm just glad we were able to get back with a actual
kind of an agenda.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So we get to talk our shit.
Talk our shit, man. I'm loving this, dude. I'm living the dream. I'm just loving this. I look forward to this. I'm all giddy.
No, look at you, all happy and smiling.
I'm telling you. So there's a lot going on in the world. It's a lot of important stuff going on. But before we get into all that, I have to pose a question to the world. And I got to make sure I'm not being a complete asshole. I know I'm a jerk. I can be, at least. But I had the absolute craziest thing happen to me. And I'm gonna kind of head it with when are you asking for too much? Like, what's too much to ask for? Like, I've been asked, can I borrow your car? Can I get a ride somewhere? Can you pick up my kids? I've been can you got some money? Can I borrow some money? Let me hold something. Yeah. But for the first time in my life, I was stumped and I didn't know what to do. So my neighbor asked me if they could have my Wi-Fi code. I was flabbergasted. You guys can clearly tell I'm at a loss for words because I felt like a jerk because they came with a dope story. They was like, yeah, we don't got Wi-Fi and we got to do homework and it's hot because it was middle of summer. I mean, it's still hot now. I'm not laughing at their situation, but
you is.
No, I'm not. That ain't funny.
He says hot. He in the cold air with that Wi-Fi.
It's my Wi-Fi, but no, man. Like, I was so stuck. I was like, how do you have the gall, the nuts to ask me to borrow my Wi-Fi?
Ask for somebody.
Like, then that makes me wonder, how do you know which one's mine? How do you know I got it? Like, are you just because it's strong and it's close by? Like, is the what?
Or they could be over here. They could be listening to you rage over Call of Duty and you play it online. They could be
up in here hearing me rage quit.
I mean,
look. What do you think, Trav?
I think that is asking for too much. I think that fits in that category of can I borrow? Can I?
You can't even compare it to nothing. I'm telling you.
You want to know why? Because that's like the most outrageous thing to ask for. Like, we hear people ask for money every day.
True.
People ask, hey, can I get a quarter?
Yeah, hey, I'm gonna ask you for a quarter before I ask for $1.
But when do you ask? But when you ask somebody, hey, what makes it worse is you walk to my house.
Yeah, like they came knocked on my door. They was out there looking at me like, can I have some more, please?
Yeah, I think, I don't know. I think that's a little far-fetched because you got to think about what you're asking for. You're asking for
access to my house.
Yeah, to my internet. Most of these homes now, nobody knows how people's homes are set up.
That's what I'm saying. I could be running everything through one network,
exactly,
which I'm not.
Ain't nobody checking.
But I was so stuck, and I even called my mom to make sure I wasn't being mean.
Ooh, what did mama?
She was like, "No, that's too much." Like she agreed, and it was one of those scenarios like I don't know, that was rough.
Yeah, I mean, to me, it's just it's some things that you like. Me, I couldn't ever see myself asking unless I'm at family house, or my boy house.
Yeah.
Hey, what's the password to the Wi-Fi?
Yeah,
but I don't ever think I could walk to someone's house and say, "Can I log on to your network?"
I just need to do some homework. Real
I gotta
quick.
do some homework.
Man, I'm almost done with my episode on Netflix. Can I please use your Wi-Fi? I'm
Yeah.
almost out of data.
Nah, I think that's a little too much if you ask me. It's too much because you got to think about what you're asking for, man. You're asking for someone's Wi-Fi, and then how do I know if you're gonna delete it or not?
Hey, but let me make it worse. So I had to think on my toes because I was frozen, and I had to come up with something. So I was like, you know, you got that like you know when somebody asks you for $1 when you walk out the grocery store and they see the change in your hand, and you like, oh, I ain't got it.
No, you know who got? Hey, you ever been to Panda Express lately?
No, it's been a minute.
Panda Express, they do that. You'll go.
Oh no, are they doing the whole like 50 cents more?
No, yeah, no. So they'll do something like this. They'll be like, you'll go, you'll pay, and your meal comes out to $8.78 or some shit like that. They'll be like, do you want to donate to Red Cross Hurricane Relief? And you'll be like, nah, I'm good. And no, but we're gonna get into that later. We're gonna get into that later. But I'll be like, nah, I'm good. Then they'll be like, are you sure you don't want to just donate the 28 cents and make it a full $8? I'll be like, man, no.
Hey, if I get guilted into donating one more time, like if somebody else make me feel bad.
Hey, listen, I made it apparent to tell you no. Like I'm waiting.
Here's the kid, right?
I'll be waiting now. Like
you be sitting there flexing.
I'll be like,
you press no on the keypad real quick,
real fast.
Like, sir, that canceled the transaction.
I'm not gonna lie, I did that before. So,
God.
Yeah, but you gotta know your limit. Like, you can't just be out here asking for people's Wi-Fi. Like,
man,
I could see you, and then I think we've talked about this before, but I could see you literally saying, you know what, I can give you some money.
Yeah, dude. Hey,
I give you a couple $.
Man, hey, I'm not. You know what? Don't ask for people's Wi-Fi if you live
can't
next
ask
door.
for people's Wi-Fi like that. Like,
don't do it,
doesn't make
man.
any sense.
And then it's one of those like questions that makes people feel like crap. But
because,
hey, and you know, I recommended the library, and they was like, "That's where we've been going." I was it's not funny. It's not funny.
You grimy, though.
No, stop it.
114 out here in the desert.
Oh man, I can't. So
they was extra black and.
Stop it. Stop.
And sweating.
Stop.
Did you at least give him a water? Did you send him home with a water at least?
I didn't. I didn't offer him nothing because I was lost. I've never been. I'm not lost for words. Anybody who knows me and you know me, I'm rarely lost for words.
I know.
I was stuck.
Listen, I just never been in a situation where somebody asked me for my Wi-Fi.
They would have did better to ask me for a ride to the library.
I mean, but yeah, that's something you could do because that ends. That ends.
There's a finite resource.
Think about
it. Finite source.
Imagine you jump onto your Wi-Fi connection and see why it's running slow. You see 4 devices.
I see like 6 different devices.
Right, my wife's asleep.
Yeah.
I know she's not off. Baby's not on her tablet. You start checking the names.
It's on Xbox Dirty Diggler 77.
I don't know that IP address.
Delete.
And then you don't know how good people's memory is. Because I've given people my password to my Wi-Fi at home, and they'll come back over, and then I'm thinking like, "Hey man, you still on there?" No, man, no, I'm good.
They over here watching Netflix.
And they're watching Hulu, YouTube videos. I'll be.
And
playing
speaking
games.
of Panda Express, if Panda wants to send me some coupons,
there go the plug.
Yeah, I'm plugging. I'm already plugging. Follow me at Twitter. At BaronJ67.
Have you had that honey sesame seed chicken?
I don't want the honey sesame seed
it's chicken.
I want the sweet and fire chicken breast.
The honey sesame chicken is pretty good.
Sweet and fire chicken breast.
It's just as sweet. I mean,
okay.
It's chicken though.
I mean,
their chicken breasts regardless.
But I want the sweet and fire chicken breast with
Yeah,
the
but-
bell peppers.
I'm just saying though, it got bell pepper in this. They yellow though.
I like the green ones.
There ain't no green ones in the sweet and fire. It's red. I know because I'm fat.
Okay, so now that we're done with my terrible Wi-Fi experience,
Which was amazing. I mean, you live and you learn though.
I just, for those out there, please don't ask your neighbors for their Wi-Fi
Or
password.
ridiculous requests anyway. Like if
can
you
I have
call
your
me
car
and
for the
ask me, can I
weekend?
pick you up from LA? I'm gonna tell your ass no because I live in the high desert, dog. Go
Like,
on with that.
Yeah, like, hey,
You better
can-
Uber.
Hey, can you go take me to the DMV?
You know what? You know what? I'm lying. Yeah. Oh hell, I'm not doing the DMV with nobody. But I made crazy requests like that to you.
Oh God!
But you know what? Remember, because this is back in college,
Yeah,
and remember,
this was a long time ago.
yeah, before we were
Committed and married and happy.
exactly, and we went to remember it was L.A. We went to Hollywood.
Yes, we did.
Yeah,
So
I'd never do that again.
So I get a random text message from Travis, and it says, it starts off like this: "You can say no."
I can't believe you remember that.
Yeah, because it was the funniest shit ever. So it starts
What do you
off.
want?
It starts off. You can say no, and I was like, "All right, what's good?" He was like, "Bro, let's roll out to LA so I can meet up with somebody. Come pick me up, and we can go to LA."
Remember, we took Oscar home too.
And we did.
We
take
took Oscar home too. Yeah,
Oh damn.
we took Oscar home, and then we went straight there.
Now, one thing I'm gonna tell you guys is not only because I'm just big, it's just I enjoy eating. I work for food, so you know, hey.
But no, I don't think you. Well, did you do it for food? I don't remember.
We ended up at Roscoe's.
I know we ended up at Roscoe's. We had a good time, but the end of the night,
Hey,
though,
Roscoe's. I like them
There
coupons.
the plug go. But at the end of the night, I was in the predicament that I never want to be in again. I don't know how to handle drunk people. I don't know how to handle people that can't take care of themselves. I can just take care of mine. But that was the worst experience. Remember, she jumped in the front seat with you too, and I fell asleep in the back.
Yeah. How is it the sober guy fell asleep but the drunk one stayed awake? And I'm just driving. I'm trying to act like, oh, hi, stranger, because I didn't know this person. I just figured she was an important package. I thought we were playing Demolition or something on Call of Duty.
Hell no, man. She was a chick I was talking to, and after that, I stopped. I didn't talk to her after that.
Yeah, it
after
was
that.
rough.
I drove all the way to L.A. Like she crazy drunk too. So
It was very rough.
so no, I'm good.
But it was an experience. I got Roscoe's.
Shout out to Brene.
Oh yeah,
Shout out to Brene.
Brene plugged us with the Roscoe's.
She sure did. Shout out to her. I miss Brene. She was cool.
I know, right?
She was real cool.
Long distance shout out to Brene.
All right, so back on track.
Back on track.
So I know a lot of people have been talking about this Colin Kaepernick thing, and I think it says a lot about the NFL.
True.
Because not only Colin Kaepernick is better than a good portion of quarterbacks in the NFL.
I agree.
He doesn't have a job yet. Not only
Cap Nil for us will stand for him.
not only does he not have a job, but statistically he should be on, even if it's not a starting position, he should be a backup quarterback for some team.
Look, let me tell you this. This is my biggest argument for the whole situation. One of the worst quarterbacks in the modern day NFL, Mark Sanchez, a.k.a. the legendary butt fumbler. Your name is the butt fumbler. You are known around the globe as the butt fumbler. How do you get a paid job before somebody who won playoff games? He didn't go on.
Well, Mark Sanchez, you can't say playoff games because Mark Sanchez won playoff games too. He beat the Patriots. He went to the NFC. He went to the NFC Championship twice.
But he's the butt phone.
I understand that, but that point, that specific
that's
point,
almost as bad as Ace Ventura laces out. Like,
so listen, I see Colin Kaepernick, his stats for last year, which were better than I expected them to be. He had a QBR of 90.7.
Okay,
right? He had how many touchdowns did he have? He had a 4.8 percentage in touchdown.
Look,
he had 16 touchdowns last year.
Look, you can give me all the stats in the world. Plain and simple, we know why this man.
The reason why I bring up stats is, all right, you take everything away from what's going on.
In stats alone. Okay.
And stats are sitting there and you're looking at it. He's better than a good proportion of these quarterbacks in the league. True. And not only that, he fits in a great system. Because I think it was Jim, the brother of John Harbaugh, yeah, put him in that position to win a starting quarterback spot over Alex Smith. You see what I'm saying? Not only am I disappointed that he don't have a job. If you hear the way people talk about Colin Kaepernick,
my God, they talk about that man like he's a dog.
Yeah, like he did something wrong. What did he do wrong? He hasn't done.
We love Michael Vick more than we love Colin Kaepernick.
Man, I combat so much on the Colin Kaepernick. I had somebody tell me the other day that he's prejudiced. You know how stupid you sound?
Like,
you know how ignorant you are
uniforms?
To say, you know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man.
Look, cops are people first.
Exactly. But not even that though. Like, just keeping it, this guy doesn't have a job, and what is his job is to play football. And he's not playing because he decided to do something. And we tell these people, I say this, I was saying this just today to a boy, a good friend of mine, that we tell these people to be role models. Put them in the 30 for 30 with the kids camps and do all of this. True. And he's actually doing something.
True.
He's actually donating money. And he ain't making no money. That's what makes it worse.
And he is in the community.
And you know what I'm saying?
He does have a people to police relationships program. I forgot the name of it.
I know he had a whole bunch of
different programs.
He was doing a gang of stuff. And we can sit here and try and name them all, but that still doesn't the fact still remains is he don't have a job.
Yeah.
He don't have a job.
Because he decided to take a knee.
To do something, to be a role model.
Yeah.
To say this is
stand for
to
something.
use his platform to combat stuff or things that are happening that shouldn't be happening. That just isn't right. So how do you expect us or people to react to that? Well, people who actually think.
Well, I'm gonna tell you this. You know what it is? It's the old. You see it all the time in the comment sections.
Yeah,
you see it. Just play football. That's what that.
Yeah.
But we want you to just play football. But at the same time, I want you to be a good role model. So don't beat your wife.
Okay, but
don't beat your wife. And shut up, boy, and run, nigga, run.
If that was the case, though, then they shouldn't force these players to do interviews when they don't want to do them.
You know why I'm here.
They shouldn't exactly. They shouldn't bring people don't want to go out there and do it. If you want me to just play football, if you don't want me to talk about social issues and problems and things that I disagree with, don't ask me to be in the spotlight.
Okay, I'm gonna jump subjects here, and people prepare for what's about to happen. He's about to get royally pissed off. So, Tom Brady begged the universe to put his fist in his ass. This man broke like 10 mirrors, walked under like ladders, and called out the universe on camera and recorded the shit. I've never seen somebody beg for bad things to happen to them. Now,
I'm gonna let you talk.
And not only
I am a huge Patriots fan too, so I'm gonna let you talk.
And then this man had the nerve to get on the Madden cover. Well, he did it first. He got on the Madden cover after his homeboy Gronk got injured for the whole damn season, fucking around with the Madden cover, and it was the arm that he was slamming the ball with on the cover.
but wait, what? Where are you going with? Where are you going with this?
I just wanted to go that Tom Brady is begging the universe to rape him, and I think it's gonna happen. And I think
my man liked difficulty. You see, he just got his ass handed to him by Kansas City.
True.
So I don't. one thing you can't say about Tom Brady is the guy has resilience. Like, you cannot stop him.
I would hope so.
You know,
because he out there like Doctor Strange before he found the Eye of Agamotto.
Hey.
That nigga out there. How do you go and do every taboo thing on earth? That is just so Caucasian.
Yeah, but man, I don't know what you talking about, dog. Go on with that.
Okay, I'm gonna leave him alone.
Go back to what we were talking
Okay.
about and leave Tom Brady alone. He just got his ass. They just got their ass handed to him. We talking about Tom Brady. We supposed to be talking about Colin Kaepernick.
Yes, Colin Kaepernick. And let's get on to what he actually goes through all that about. What he's doing, what all of this is about. Seriously, bottom line is police brutality and just how the system itself, at whether it be the government, local politics, how it's against certain groups of people of color, black people, minorities.
But to piggyback on that, the thing what he exactly said was that there's injustices going on in this world that shouldn't be happening.
True.
So that sums it all up right there.
Yeah.
This has nothing to do with the military. This has nothing to do with vets.
Nope.
This has nothing to do with. It had nothing. What's wrong is wrong, man.
Very true.
We should live in a world where we should be able to call a spade a spade.
True.
We watched a man get choked to death.
Shit, we watched a lot more than
We
that.
watched a man get shot for no reason.
We watched a little boy get shot.
You see
Cops
what I'm
didn't
saying?
even put the car in park yet.
And this is what it's
about.
about. Those cops could have been black. It's still the same thing.
Yeah, because it's you know what I've noticed. And what people fail to realize, it's not color a cop. It's the uniform.
Yeah.
When people,
The authority.
Look what happens when you get on the video game. Look what happens when you get on the sticks.
Uh-huh.
Look what happened when you're rolling down the street and you got your favorite hype album in.
Yeah.
You know, you got DMX X gonna give it to you on. Like, you pumped, you're amped.
Exactly.
So what happens when I put a gun on your hip and tell you not to protect and serve, but to go out there and hold it down?
Yeah.
You know, go look at a specific group of people. What if every meeting you have, what if every training you have leads off with, hey, the highest percentage of criminals are these people. So what's your first thought? When I see somebody who fits that demographic, they're most likely
the bad guy, yeah.
And we keep ignoring the big thing, crime. You know, what crime is decided by society. There was a point in time where liquor was illegal.
Yeah.
Liquor was illegal. You know, prohibition.
Mm-hmm.
You know, there was also a time where a lot of the drugs and a lot of narcotics that we have going on now that we don't. There was a time where they weren't considered illegal.
Exactly, I know.
Where social elites were doing it.
Yeah,
and it was open and it was there. Opium dens, whatnot. Like, these things existed. So when you look into the history of crime, most crime it's targeted. This is now illegal because this group of people do it.
Okay.
Whether it be marijuana in the Latino community and the black community and hippies.
Yeah.
You know, with Nixon, they have videos and interviews saying and proving that, hey, this was all in order to stop the hippies and the blacks with the war.
Yeah.
Them against the war. Criminalize them, lock them up. And now jumping on black people and the injustice with that. The number one thing I hate is when people say the whole pull yourself up by your bootstraps.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I'm going to tell you this. I'm all for people being responsible for themselves.
Yep.
But the true difference, in my opinion, I could be completely wrong, the true difference between a lot of people who are successful and make it out of certain situations and make it from poverty to success, or people who are just successful and people who are not, is usually what they're taught and who's teaching them.
That's okay. So you're right in that regard.
Exposure.
But there's also people who can. All right. I love the term of you learn from other people's mistakes.
True.
So like, I see you make a mistake.
True.
I'm not doing that mistake.
True.
You know what I'm saying? We talk about how you know, the way we're raised and not everybody being in the right environment and things
True.
like that. That happens. I understand that.
True.
So I kind of what I'm trying to say is I get both sides of the ball. When you hear people say, "Get up, go to work," this, that, and the third,
True.
I understand it, but you're failing to understand that there's a whole other side to that coin. There's a whole different era and area that of people who are in this area, and we're not. And like you said, they're not exposed to certain things. So how do you expect them to jump up and be on the same playing field as you when we've been seeing it like this?
Man,
you know?
if everybody in your circle is committing crime, the people who are raising you, the people who you look up to, the people who feed you and clothe you, if everything they do is criminal, what's normal anymore?
That is normal.
Thank you. That's the point that I try to make and I try to present to people. But once again, you got people who have never seen the other side of the tracks in any way, shape, or form, condemning those who live on the other side of the tracks.
Yeah.
Like, why don't they just go to school?
Why don't they go out and get a job?
There's no jobs.
People,
when you see elderly, when I see people 45 and up, I'm not saying 45 and up is elderly, but when I see people 45 and up working typical old school teenager jobs, shit. When's the last time you seen a teenage paperboy?
I can't tell you last time.
Every paper person I've ever came across, well, at least in the last 10 plus years, has been an adult in a van.
Mm-hmm. You know what? That's true. But you know what? The one I think about was the sad situation that Chris Dorner and the women that were the paper people on route.
Oh yeah,
and the cops thought it was him.
Yeah.
So they were adults. So you're right.
Yeah.
In that regard, that's the last situation I can think of where a paper person was.
Here it is. You have all these. You have all these jobs that were once for the youth, and so now let's look at how this ladder goes. So now you have older people who don't have decent jobs that they have to go and work multiple low income or minimum wage jobs.
Yeah.
What do the kids do that used to have those jobs?
They got to get it.
They're
going to go get it.
They're going to go get it.
Especially
and from whoever will give it to
them. So think about that. So everything you just said and put me and you in that situation, right? If we weren't who we were, and I think me and you had a mindset of, I think you were right for me when it comes to like putting me in the right situation. And I could say the same thing about me.
True.
Vice versa.
True.
So like we would never do anything that was bad.
Nah, I wouldn't. I'm
never
terrified of prison.
Prison and my mama.
Yeah. Hey, you know what's so funny? Anytime I would do something wrong, the number one thing was just don't tell my mom.
Yeah.
I'd beg, like, you could do it.
Except for when they caught you selling candy.
Oh,
please call my mom.
Okay, so I don't think we talked about this last episode or the last podcast. Me and Travis, we sold a lot of candy. When that episode of the Boondocks called The Fundraiser came out, people would actually hit us up about it, and we would just laugh because it was about 10 people.
10 on a good day.
Yeah, so we had anywhere from 8 to 10 people selling candy. Now, the funny thing is, when Arnold Schwarzenegger became governor of California, he created this whole movement of healthy eating, the whole healthy California. He really pushed that. And it created a vacuum for junk food because the campus went from having French fries, donuts, sodas. It had all these things, pastry. It had a bunch of stuff to now it was all healthy food. And there was nothing there to fill the gap. So Travis came up with the good idea to start selling candy.
I'm a hustler.
It got so big to a point to where it was 8 to 10 people selling candy, and they were treating us like we were selling something illegal because technically it was illegal. We weren't raising money for any cause except we the cause. That we was the cause. Hey, they was like, what cause is this for?
That was the anthem.
I'm the cause. Cause I want nice things. Cause I want gas money. Cause I want to pay my insurance.
I love when that show came out.
Oh man, the Boondocks, please bring it back. Gosh, man. But everything from teachers harassing me, talking about they're gonna call my mom and suspend me. And I'm a big dude, so when they would have me pull out my bag of candy, I would tell them like, "Hey, it don't look like I could eat this bag." Like,
I could prove you wrong.
Yeah, I was like, what, you don't think this candy is for me? You thought this was for everybody else? You know? But we made a lot of money.
So, sticking to my point.
Yeah.
Imagine if I didn't know you and you didn't know me, right?
True.
And the way we were driven to be self-sufficient on doing a lot of stuff on our own.
True.
Imagine where we would possibly be right now.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Because we could have been in trouble.
True.
We could have been around the wrong people.
True.
But we didn't do all of that. You know, we kind of seen where we wanted to go.
Yeah.
And what we wanted to do.
And I think that was because of our mamas.
Exactly. But not everybody got it like that.
Very true.
And that's what a lot of people don't understand. You know, a lot of people think they're in this mentality of, oh yeah, get up, get out, get something. And it ain't always like that.
Man,
you know
and if the only something you got that's viable, if you're in a rough spot, and it's the only... Method Man said it best. If my niggas can't eat, it's back to robbing and stealing.
Hey, listen. It's the truth.
Like,
it's the truth. You got to think about who's our role models.
Yeah.
Other than our parents, right?
Yeah.
Outside of the home, who's our role model?
Yeah. And that's a big question. And you can even flip it the other way. If mom and dad ain't the role model, who is?
Exactly.
Somebody's gonna pick that place, and
somebody got to fill that void. You got to learn from somebody.
People naturally want to belong. People naturally want family. I mean, they experiment with they got experiment after experiment with it, and it's a fact. You know, the birds of a feather flock together. You know, you want to belong, and I'm not saying that that's a justification for doing wrong, but it's an explanation.
Yeah, it is. I think that says it right, because not only is it like you're sitting here and you're thinking about everything that's going on, you can actually pinpoint a problem with it.
Yeah. And
figure out, okay, this is it. I'm no way, shape, or form saying what everybody in the world that if it's illegal, don't do it.
Yeah.
It's illegal. We know it's illegal.
Yeah.
Most people who do crimes know it's a crime. You see what I'm saying?
But I'm going to tell you this, though. Don't be no fool. Slavery was legal at one point.
Oh, no, you're right.
And it was illegal to run away. I'm a criminal in that sense.
Yeah,
but no, I know what you meant.
You see what I'm saying?
No,
it's
I got
not,
you. I got
in
you.
regards to stuff like that, obviously, if you
you.
feel like it's wrong, I'm pretty sure you can. And even sometimes that's doing too much.
Yeah.
You can get in trouble for doing that.
Yeah.
You know, as a man, you think that's wrong. I'm not doing that. But in actuality, you're supposed to be doing that.
Yeah.
You can get in trouble for doing what you feel like is wrong. So that's why I tell people, man, like you gotta, like, even the story of that girl in Chicago. I'm not sure if you heard about it. The girl, they found her body in the refrigerator.
Oh, I did hear about it.
It's the circle you keep, man.
Man.
And that's a brief little thing you can pick up from that. And God rest the dead, but you gotta keep your circle right. You know, you gotta keep your circle right. Because if I know you're bad for me, I'm not going to change towards you. I'm not going to say I ain't completely talking to you, but I know what you about.
Yep.
And that's all I need to do is know what you're about.
Yep.
Hey man, come on, let's hop in this car, let's go for a ride. Nah, I got things to do.
Hey, can you take me here real quick? I want to ride by this party.
Nope.
Nah.
Nope. It's funny how much stuff we learn from saying no.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? You get into these situations where people want you to and ask you to do some stuff.
And I'm like,
if I don't feel right, I ain't doing it, man. Can't nobody convince me to do something I don't want to do.
Man, I promise
and I
you.
think that's another problem we have with people too, because you can't or matter of fact, we could segue into this next topic about the hurricane relief. Because think about that.
Okay.
You know, people see things and just because they have this mask on about what they're doing doesn't automatically mean that it's right. And that it's going to the right place and that it's doing the right thing.
And I'm thinking you're speaking about Red Cross.
Yes, of course.
Now, at first, I thought it was just some conspiracy theory stuff going on out there, talking about how Red Cross is misusing funds, or not necessarily misusing funds, but funds that are being given to them for certain things are not being shown physically. I'm not silly. I understand things do cost money. understand commercials cost money. Understand advertisement as a whole costs money.
Yep.
I understand that transporting your people, housing them, feeding them,
transporting the goods.
I'm not a fool. I understand all these things cost money. But when you have, and we'll make sure to put the link below. I don't know the governor's or the mayor's name, but when you have city council and mayors and legislators and people on the ground telling you on camera who are there and telling you that Red Cross is nowhere to be seen until camera crews come out, or that Red Cross is unorganized. Now, I'm not telling you not to donate to Red Cross. I'm not going to sit here and say that. But what I am going to say is do your research and be mindful of who you're giving your money to.
Yep, you got to know where that money's going.
Man.
You have to.
Yeah.
Because if you're donating for this, you want to see something happening.
True.
Especially if you're not the only one donating to it.
True.
You know what I'm saying? And it's funny how, like, you can place a face to most things. Like, we even have friends that on Facebook I seen that lived out there that was traveling back and forth, driving U-Hauls back out there.
God bless to you guys, man.
You know what I'm saying?
Man, that is so dope.
If
you're doing something.
If somebody like that could do that, Red Cross stickers and tents and they should be all over the place.
You would think.
Even if they got bags that say Red Cross on them and this is what we give to the people. You know what I'm saying? I think they should be on the front line of that. You know, and it don't matter where the money going as long as it goes to where it needs to go.
Exactly. If you say 100% of my money is going to this relief fund, I want to see some relief on camera.
Exactly.
And I want to hear stories, not just on camera, because that's easy to do. We could sit here and I can make this room look like a mansion with a camera.
Yep.
I mean, I've seen people do better. But when you got people on the ground begging you not to give your funds to these people, find a different organization, that is a problem. I mean, Bun B, I listen to a lot of Sway in the Morning, Shade 45, I'm plugging you like I did that.
No,
okay.
Sway.
No, Swiggity. But no, Bun B has been on this past week every day giving an update on what's going on down in Houston. Mm-hmm. And I know Irma just is going on, but right now I'm talking about Bun B in Houston because they're still dealing with the aftermath of all of that.
Yeah.
So Bun B is saying that Red Cross is nowhere to be found. Red Cross is giving out crappy food.
You seen the it was a picture somebody posted on Facebook where they showed a church. Church gave out this portions of food.
True.
And this now I didn't immediately think that was true.
True.
You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not going to I'm not
Facebook
there.
Shows a lot.
Exactly. But I seen it and I'm like, damn, I mean, to hear what I hear about Red Cross
and then to see
this, I wouldn't put it past them.
Because it's real. If it quack like a duck and it walk like a duck,
it's probably
a fucking duck.
Yep.
Like it just, it's hard to argue with what's in front of you.
Mm-hmm. And
the thing that really made me start hesitating and debating whether or not to trust what Red Cross is doing is because of people on the ground.
Yeah.
It's a total trip, but plain and simple, no matter what you do something. Everybody can do something. Now, I would recommend finding a local church or even getting in contact with Bun B. I don't know his social media, but it'll be easy to find.
Or even Trade of Truth.
Yeah, Trade of Truth is out
doing
down there in Florida.
And
yeah.
It's funny.
Or no, Houston. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I didn't know who Trade of Truth was, to be honest. And I never heard music or anything from him. And then I seen what he was doing out there. He's out there. He's actually out there. He's actually out there.
So is Bun B and a lot of other
doing
rappers.
stuff. So yeah, you see what these people are doing, man. Like all you got to do is get out and do something. And you know what the great thing about it is a lot of people think that when you have to give, like you got to give your all, and it's never that. You don't never have to give your all. You just give what you can give. If you can give a little here, a little there, why not? And you don't want to break yourself either. You don't need to break yourself. As long as you give what you can give, you're good on that regards. So keep that in mind when you're thinking about, donating and helping out for the cause and helping out people. give what you can give. Don't go broke doing it.
Nah, don't ever go broke. Don't take a brick from your house to build someone else's.
Exactly. So you just do what you can.
Now that we're done with that,
back to you know what? Some lively topics. Music as of right now.
Yeah.
What do you find yourself listening to in today's day?
Okay, so I know I'm sleep on this, and I know I'm super late, but my man, and I'm probably butchering his name, Amine, I'm gonna go ahead and say Amine. I'm gonna stick with that.
Singer?
He's a singer, rapper.
Okay, I never.
He did the. I'm terrible with music titles. Yeah.
Yeah, I think he just won was it a VMA or award? He won some award.
Yeah, he's a fairly new artist.
Yeah, I don't know who he is though.
He works a lot with Charlie Wilson. Charlie Wilson's on his album
really?
twice.
Wow.
Yeah, Uncle Charlie. But so Amine, and then I don't know if I've been in my feelings or whatnot, but Bryson Tiller.
I haven't heard one Bryson Tiller project,
bro. Okay,
I know he's good. I've heard his singles.
Dude is dope.
I know he's
Bryson
dope.
Tiller is the truth,
and I've only heard his singles.
Okay, and then I'm gonna move on. And Tyler the Creator's new album.
I haven't had a chance, dog.
Bruh, it is such a complete project.
Really?
And a lot of community was kind of not necessarily on his head, but
did he change? Did Tyler the Creator change?
No, not at all.
It's still the same Tyler the Creator.
It's the same Tyler. It's just a more refined beat selection, and lyrics is beastie as usual.
Okay,
so
I'll give it a try. Tyler has always been interesting.
Hell yeah,
he's always been interesting. When you listen
Wolfgang.
to his music, it's always like, what's next?
Yeah.
It's like. I don't know how to even explain it. It's just when I listen to him, because at first I'd never listened to Our Future Wolfgang, none of them.
I loved them,
and I
loved them.
I couldn't, and then it was Earl Sweatshirt.
Oh my!
It was Earl Sweatshirt that got me listening. I heard a project from him,
bro,
and I said, "Yo, he's see, my whole thing is rapping."
Yeah,
like
yeah.
I need the rap. Like I need to hear you rap. I need to hear you talk.
A beat. You could just
I love the content. I love the content, and I love the way you put the content together.
True.
And like, for example, why you love, and you can attest to this too. Joel Santana's "Rumble, Young Man, Rumble."
That's my shit.
It's what you saying.
Yeah,
it's what you saying, man. Like you put a story together. That's why Nas is my number one favorite artist. You put a story together, and then Nas had the audacity to write a song in story format, spit it backwards, then spit it forward.
Yeah,
you see what I'm saying? That's to me, that's talent, and that just like beats is cool, but any like this is where the rapping part comes apart. If you can rap, dog, you can destroy any beat.
True. Very
Papoose is a great example of that.
True.
Papoose did the alphabet.
Yeah. Yes, he did.
Papoose did the alphabet rapping. That dude was crazy. So, but me, what I've been listening to lately is actually an artist I knew about, but you put me onto him, was excuse me, Boogie, L.A. Boogie, not
Boogie with a hoodie,
not Boogie with a hoodie, Boogie,
Boogie,
West Side Boogie.
He's raw.
The dude's dope. The dude is dope. I just got done digesting The Reach, and the reason why I say digesting is because some people think you can listen to an album for a week and you can fully understand that album. That is not true.
Nah, especially with somebody with substance.
You got to sit there and listen to this album at least a month. So I've had to change the way.
Nigga Needs is my song. Man. I bet you I can look at my phone right now, and that's probably the top 5 song.
Of course,
in my phone right now.
Of course, it's a great song. But not only does this dude can rap, his content is crazy. Content is crazy.
Ham sandwich with the chips in it.
I'm just saying, man. He talked about some crazy stuff, like some stuff that I couldn't even fathom. And I love relatable music,
and it's real.
Exactly. It's mostly like LA artists that gives me that relatable music, because it's never like bars. It's never like similes and all of that.
Yeah.
It's I'm stories. Rapping, talking about this, that, and the fourth. So,
true.
Boogie. I've been listening to a lot of Boogie. Davies album, Paranoia. That was That was a dope album. That was my first time listening to a Dave East project. And then I went back and started listening to some older projects. Okay. A$AP Rocky, Long Live A$AP.
A$AP.
That's my shit. Goldie.
Yes.
Angel is my favorite song on the album. Angel. Drake. 2 Drake albums, Views, and then if you're reading this, it's too late.
Hey, man.
And I've been listening to G-Eazy. And then, G-Eazy.
Guala.
Man.
That is my song.
I know. I know.
Guala.
Hey, he G-Eazy's dope. G-Eazy has a lot going on. I know he just did a song with I think it was A$AP Rocky and Cardi B. So I'm kind of excited to see what that's like. I haven't heard it.
Cardi B's
fire, dog.
You know what? The long tongue bandit. She's got dope. A mouthful, man.
She's dope.
You know what?
And the shout out.
Hey,
Kaepernick shout out.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you this. Cardi B is gonna outlive a lot of female rappers for the simple fact she's beyond relatable.
That and she has a
and her beat selection is amazing.
She has a characteristic about her that's like dope.
She's almost like the fun hood chick,
like the homie, yeah,
like the homie.
Exactly.
That's and then on top of that, she's fine as hell.
And she not bougie.
She not bougie.
Not
at all.
But it's funny. She went Offset.
Woo.
So I mean, hey man,
I think he on Twitter asked to have his woo back because everybody using it.
Hey, supposedly the culture too. He's supposed to be going at some necks. Supposedly, I think I read that somewhere.
You gotta protect your neck.
Hey man,
Wu-Tang. Skrelly's auctioning off that single Wu-Tang album that they put out.
I seen that. Yeah, I seen that.
Oh, broke ass.
I seen that.
You were supposed to bootleg it for the world.
I know. I would have had some respect for him if he would have.
Well, he said he would bootleg
but
it.
He can't because he's a man. He's a what's the name? He's under contract.
Yeah,
he's a businessman first.
Yeah, you're right.
So he's under contract with that. So he all talk. I know he didn't leak some of the songs. He played some of them over live stream.
Yeah,
and that was it. But he can't break that contract.
Yeah.
And I think I don't know why RZA did that, but
no, I'm not. You know what? I'm not mad at it.
I can't be mad. You can never be mad at RZA.
Hell no. You can't. You know what? You Wu-Tang. We'll leave it at that.
Wu-Tang.
But okay. So staying on track with music.
Jay-Z. I got 99.
Hove.
Hey man,
I can't believe we didn't talk about this the first go around.
You know why? Because we weren't really structured the first time go around. But Jay-Z, I think, first of all, we all need to put Hove has reached that tier that's like God status when it comes to rap.
I'm gonna be honest. I felt like he's been there since Kingdom Come.
I think he's ascended it now.
Or Blueprint.
I think he's ascended it now because now he is the old guy.
Yeah,
he is the old guy, right?
And
with him being the old guy, he's still dropping content. However he got to the platinum, yeah. I don't care. I think we need to just give him platinum.
Yeah, like
but anyway, he puts out stuff that people still can listen to.
Yeah,
I still rock with 444.
Dude,
I think 444 was a great project. I think what he became more open on that project.
Oh, that was the most open he's ever been.
I mean, talking about his mom. Come on now.
That was so honest.
What was the name of the song on Blueprint where he was kicking game? That was like the openest we've ever seen Jay-Z. I make my own words up. So, but because he talked about, he gave game to Siegel.
Yeah.
He talked about Bleak. As long as I got it, you got it.
Yeah.
You know, I think Jay-Z's always in a position to help and always in a position to grow. And one thing he has shown, if you ain't growing with him, he'll outgrow you. Yeah. So it's the same.
What I love about the album is it's a guidebook for. It's a guidebook.
Mm-hmm.
And it spits some real stuff, and it gives some light. It shines some light on some real situations, whether it be OJ, whether it be not necessarily OJ, but just the fact of the concept. Like, hey, I'm not black, I'm OJ. Okay, like, no, okay. You black, bro. Like, yeah. I mean, shit.
You can't see my. You know what? If I find this video, I'm gonna link it in there, and I'm gonna tag you in it. It's a video I watched of this dude who X actually didn't know the guy like that, but he lived in the LA area.
Okay.
And the guy was on some like, I'm not you, and he black. He blacker than me, blacker than you. And he's talking to two like young adults, one black boy and one black girl. And he was like, what do people need to do for you guys to understand? Some shit like that. I don't know the exact words, but he said something like that. And the dude looked in awe like, are you separating yourself from us? And they started laughing at him. So this whole concept of you separate yourself from black and you're black, you need to cut that shit out.
Cut it out. Like,
you're black, man. Just fucking be black. You're black. People crazy, man. I never understood it. I could never do that. I make fun of Jamaicans all the time.
Oh man.
And I'm Jamaican.
Yeah.
I'm as Jamaican as it comes. I'm only half.
Yeah.
But I was raised in a Jamaican household. I can't run from that. I want to go get my Jamaican citizenship. So be what you are. Don't try to be something that you're not.
And you know what the biggest trip about it is, and I try to explain to people. Nobody ever praised Obama for being the first clear as day biracial president. They praised him as the first black president.
Yep. But
he was just as much white as he was black.
People, I mean,
but nobody, that was never, and I'm not mad at him for, I'm not mad at him for not acknowledging that or not bringing that to the forefront. The reason why I bring that up is to show how people look at the scenario. Mm-hmm. That whole one drop rule. Like, that's real. People, for a fact, it was a law. But not only that, it still carries into how we see ourselves today.
Yeah.
Me being mixed, I'm going to sound like 99% of the black community right now, but I'm Native American and black.
Okay. Yeah, it's funny how everybody.
Yeah,
if you're not Native American, I don't care what that says. If ancestry,
I got one curl on my head. I'm Native. I told you.
I got this one patch that just
no, but real talk. Like, my family lived on the res. I spent time. I didn't live out there. I didn't live on the reservation or live with my tribe, but I spent time out there summers.
You know where you come from.
I know where I come from. I know where my people's land is.
It hasn't been hidden for you.
No. I know more about my native side of my family than I do my African American or African side.
I've seen your native side of the family.
You came out to the res. Yeah, you used to.
You know what I'm saying? So I understand it. But that goes, going back to the whole Jay-Z thing is, yeah, man, that OJ song, it said a lot. Like,
yeah.
It not only was it is a dope song, but it spoke to people. Like, people heard it. And if you haven't had a chance to hear that Rap Radar interview with him, with B-Dot and I forget the other man's name, you need to go listen to it.
Okay.
Because he tells us, I've been saying this
for years. He really has.
I've been saying it for years. You just haven't heard it.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So I'm saying it to you, and he's kicking this knowledge. He talks about legacy. He talks about him having one in his, like, him being in a solid foundation with him and his wife and his kids, and having to explain to his kids that, you guys look at me as Superman, and I make a mistake, I have to take my mask off and explain to you what the problem was. And that's exactly what he was saying. Listening to that, like, the one thing that got me the most was the legacy thing. Yeah. I've been preaching legacy since I had my daughter, man.
Yeah.
I want to leave. I'm going to leave this earth one day. I want to leave
Facts.
as much as I can for her and my wife and any other kids that
strengthening the links in the chain, man.
Exactly, man. I want to grow, man. I want them to grow. I don't want them to have to work and struggle and go on and have to worry about. I want to put them in a position to do good, to do better than me,
to grow, to take a leap from where you ended off at, not where you started.
Exactly.
Like I don't, and that, you know what? Speaking on that, I'm gonna jump on that real quick. Mm-hmm. I hate that whole. Oh, you 18, it's time to go, or forcing your kids to go, or not guiding them in a sense and letting them hit their heads. Why would you want your kid to learn all the exact same lessons you went through?
Yeah. Why
not explain to them that, and then so they can be steps ahead?
Listen, you're absolutely right, and you know who first told me that? This is the year I got married. My uncle.
Okay.
My uncle used to say, "Hey, y'all renting? Oh, don't rent. Come live with me. Save up, buy you a house.
That's what I'm saying.
So you own your house. You grow like that. Don't rent. Don't pay somebody else's stuff.
Yep, pay somebody else's mortgage."
Why I started to think about that though? I started thinking hard and heavy on that because it made so much sense. When we turned 18 and 17 and these...
Oh, you grown and gone. I'm breaking the plate.
I'm out of here. Don't. If you can stay, stay. If your parents ain't kicking you out, stay.
Contribute a little kickback, you know.
Kickback, save, learn, grow. All of that's for that. Because it's hard when you're out there on your own. And everything is different. You got to think about stuff you never had to think about. So
I'm going to tell you when life got real for me. When life got so real, when I had to go buy a toothbrush holder. when I realized real quick, when I had to buy my own toothbrush holder. Like, I actually went to the store to look for a toothbrush holder.
Really?
And I was just like, what the hell? Like it's stuff you never had to think about.
You know what? Why I never went through that stage? I never went through that stage because my wife was pretty much living on her own. So when we got together, she had that stuff. And so it's like, and up to this day, I still walk in the cabinet, grab a Band-Aid or grab a floss. I had to go buy floss the other day.
And it was weird.
And I'm like, dang, I ain't never bought floss. I ain't never sat there and bought.
So spoiled ass nigga.
So, I try to keep it apparent. Now I try to keep it apparent to keep multiple of those things in there. So, but man, Jay-Z
go listen
44,
to 444.
If you haven't, it's great album.
It's necessary. I think it belongs in those necessary album category.
Yep.
Now, us being nerds.
We wouldn't complete the day without talking about ass.
You know what? Okay. So everybody in the gaming community is either talking about playing or looking at
or waiting for the PC version.
Of Destiny 2. Now,
first let's start off by we secured
Travis, not me.
We got it. We got a collector's edition.
We got the Destiny collector's
everything
edition.
In it.
I'm excited. I can't wait.
You need to play it now. And the reason why I say now is because the raid's coming out next week. So the raid and Trials of Osiris will be here next week. Right? Or it's not Trials of Osiris, it's Trials of the 9 now. Oh. So Destiny 2, and this is going to have some spoiler alerts, has been out for a week now. Or it's about to be a week. And I've already beat the game. B here hasn't had the opportunity to play it yet.
I played it at E3.
But you see, the thing with the beta, and I didn't even play the beta.
I played
the beta doesn't really do it justice because with that game, the leveling system is different.
Okay,
it's way more rewarding now.
Okay,
there isn't a struggle there isn't really too much of a big grind. There's a grind to get to somewhere, but there isn't this struggle end game grind, and it's slow
because it's so funny that was actually a major fear of mine, because me having the work schedule that I do, me having a family, the wife, the kid, that whole game, and just real life in general, I couldn't keep up.
Okay, so remember that was divisions. That was a big
problem with the division.
Okay, so all right, talking about that, comparing the two now, the difference now is you could play for 2 hours a day and still be up there with the best of the best.
Nice.
And the good thing about Destiny is you don't really have to have like amazing skill. You just have to be a gamer.
Okay.
The more time you put into Destiny, the more rewarding it is. The more gear you get, the more different gear you get, the more mods you get, the more shaders you get, the more this you get. So it's time that regulates how far you go in Destiny. And having a good raid team and teammates. But it's not really skill. Skill comes into the PvP part of it, which you don't even have to do if you don't want to do.
Okay.
So you can do, they got patrols, they got public events. The public event system is way better than last year.
It's not like
it ain't like get a computer. No, like see, the public events was a random event that will pop up on the map, right? You don't never know when it's going. There's no signal. The only thing is you have to be in the area when it starts. With this year, they finally give us a map. You get a map for the area you're in on the planet.
So
you're
you don't
on.
have to just know it.
Yeah, no, you got a map, and then you also have an area that you can go to. So you get a map. You bring up the map, and the map will show you where the public event is. There's actually a function on there where you can rally to the flag, and it'll send out a signal to other guardians, say, hey, it's about to be a public event. Somebody started the flag. Get here. And then you can look on your map and see how much time you got. All right, let me go hit this cache real quick. Let me go kill this boss real quick. Let me do this public event over here. Then I'll go over there. So that's, in that regard, it's way better now. It's still not, I mean, people have their quirks about the game.
True.
But it's so much has changed with Destiny that you don't have to worry about you don't have to worry about not keeping up with the curve, because the curve is going to be here for 3 months. Then after 3 months, it's going to change again, just like last year, just like D1.
You know, my number one issue with Destiny, because I was a alpha,
you
beta.
were the first.
I was pumped up.
You told me about Destiny 1.
Man, I was so pumped for Destiny.
Yeah.
But they promised so much, delivered so little. And I know it had a lot to do with the writers falling off last minute.
Yeah.
I know it had a lot to do with back office executive stuff. But I had to put it away, and then I came back year 3. Mm-hmm. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. If you didn't get a hold of this collector's edition,
you wouldn't buy it.
I wasn't going to buy the game until like a year or 2 from now.
Okay.
Because it would break my heart like a lot of other people did. There's people out there with Destiny 1 who have everything for $39.99, and then there's people out there who have the same stuff who paid $240.
I'm gonna tell you what I told a buddy at work that's been thinking about getting Destiny 2, and said, I'm gonna just get Destiny 1 first. It's only like $20. So the problem with that, and what you need to understand, is that they do this for every game. They do this for all the sports games you play.
True.
They do this for all Call of Duties.
True.
They do that all the time. The only difference is with Destiny is you have the backing. You literally can talk to these people on Twitter.
And the hot fixes, like I know
they're on
it.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna tell you this, and I'm gonna segue into this, and I don't know how much time we got left, but people, you vote with your dollar. If you go out and support a crappy product, whether it be a video game, whether it be a movie, industry, whether it be a cologne brand, whatever, you vote more with your dollar than anything else. McDonald's is thriving and will be here till the end of time because we buy McDonald's.
Yep.
Destiny and Call of Duty will continue to make copies of themselves because we buy it.
Okay, so all right, and I think I see where you're going with that.
You vote with your dollar.
I understand that, but see, like you just said, you wouldn't have bought Destiny 2 until a couple of years if I didn't get that.
If you didn't get
the
this,
only problem I see with that is you'll be missing out on a great game. The reason why I call it a great game, it has everything you just talked about Destiny 1 not having, it has. The mechanics are way better.
True.
The shooting is way better. The guns, as of right now, feel balanced. There isn't no real meta to the game. There isn't no one overpowered gun that you see people using. I played the Crucible for a good 4 hours max so far. I think
that's where you'll find me.
And so far, I haven't found something. I've gone in there with blue guns, with green guns, and have been doing work. So you would be missing out on the experience of a great game from Jump Street. And then you would have to go back. See the problem with people who buy, especially a game like Destiny that has guaranteed content throughout this whatever period that they have it for. Sure. You're going to be missing out on the fact you're going to have to do this whole catch-up thing. So right now, you play Destiny. Destiny's storyline, if you just do the storyline, it's real short, right? So it's probably about, let's give it 3 hours, right? Depending on what you do.
Okay.
Right?
Like if I go rushing through it.
If you go rushing through it, it's probably about 3 hours, right? I was able to do it by myself. I was able to sit and play it by myself, and I enjoyed doing that. I didn't have to. Destiny 1, I found myself asking,
having
yo,
to link up. Hey, come help
me run me through these missions real quick.
Yep.
Right? In Destiny 1, in Destiny 2, you don't have to do that.
Okay.
Everything's great. So far, I haven't found any gripe about the game. I haven't found anything so far that's making me uneasy about it.
Okay.
I just think that we're in a position. We have a great game right now, and who knows what they're going to be doing with the raids.
True.
The raid is a great experience. If you haven't done a raid, you don't know what you're missing out. It's literally, it feels accomplishing. Like beating Metal Gear Solid, fighting off the Metal Gear. Rays. Dog, it feels way better than that because it's a 6-person endgame. It's 6-person endgame content that's so rewarding. Whatever they give you, you're so excited to get it. I remember as a Destiny 1 player or year 1 player, I'm not so excited now. Like getting the exotics and stuff, and even that is way better in this game.
Really?
Yes. Okay. It's way better. Like they're actually giving you exotics in the storyline.
Oh. So
they give it to you. And then they give you quests for stuff, which they didn't implement quests into story quests for exotics until year I think it was year 3. Whenever no, it was year 2.
Okay.
When they launched
like the spindle and all that.
Yeah.
Okay.
So and then
we're nerding out, people.
So you need to understand that. I'm not even saying that because I'm a huge Destiny fan. I've stuck around through year 1, and the mechanics for year 1 was good too.
Yeah,
I think people left.
I played. I'm not gonna lie.
People didn't like,
but it was dry, bro.
Exactly, but no, and I'll agree with that. I just think the mechanics was good enough for me to stay. The object of me doing this to possibly get that, or I see my boy get a Gallahorn. Oh, I want a Gallahorn too. I'm about to do everything. I was so dedicated to that game. I used to delete characters, start the game all over again, just so I could do the raid, transfer my gear over, do the raid. If I didn't get it, I'm deleting them again. I used to do that constantly, trying to get power level my character to the highest level, get everything I could possibly get. I wanted a Fate Bringer. I wanted this. I wanted that. It's so much. And in this game,
y'all should see the passion on this man's
face. It's only I'm never that passionate about a game. I haven't been this passionate about a game in a while. And this game is amazing. Like from start to finish, the storyline, crazy.
Okay.
The storyline is crazy.
Look, I'm gonna throw my pride aside, and I'm gonna throw I'm gonna get off my soapbox, and I'm gonna play this game.
Play it, and since you're starting to get into PC gaming now, play it just to get the experience and know what you're doing. Buy the PC version when it comes out, because when the PC version looks way better than the console.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you though, the PC community is gritty.
Yeah, they'll destroy you.
It's poisonous.
They'll destroy you.
It's rough out there. That PC Master Race, man.
If you haven't seen
ain't joking.
If you haven't seen the gameplay, go watch the gameplay. Everything is crazy. It looks smoother. It runs smoother. It's just a great game all around. As of right now, I have not found anything I have not found anything about this game that I don't like or that I see wrong with it. So, I mean, I hope you play it, man. I hope you break it in. I hope you come over to PlayStation where you got a full a full party of people to play with, because I do.
Look, I'm gonna tell you, I'm not system oriented. I love gaming overall.
Man, that's not what you would have said a couple years ago. Oh, PlayStation ain't got no games.
Well, they didn't.
They ain't got no games.
They freaking didn't.
Yeah, but they got games to play. They got games that you were playing. You were playing Call of Duty. I told you this back then.
But I'm so burnt on Call of Duty.
Call of Duty is money. About
Battlefield is life.
Yeah, but Battlefield ain't making as much money as Call of Duty.
I don't care.
Call of Duty, and you know what?
Live.
Spectating Call of Duty is dope too. They just had the $1 million tournament that they have. So, I mean, video games is. I only play Destiny 2 hours a day now. You know, so
I'm gonna get my gaming hours up. But you know what? We're gonna wrap it up, man. You know,
hey, this was a great one.
So
far, I think we're 2 for 2.
I think so.
We have less editing and less putting stuff together. We just go through it.
Yeah,
we literally just jump on and start talking.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, so I mean, bro, thank you once again.
Man,
another one in the books.
Bro. I'm so damn. I'm juiced, man. We're doing it. We're doing it.
Hopefully next week we can get that third one in.
And man, folks, just tune in.
Leaning, she leaning, y'all leaning propaganda. You ain't doing shit to kill yourself, stop the camera. If we ain't rapping drugs, liquor, thizzing, you won't even listen. The new trends to kill yourself, nigga. Propaganda tripping, kill yourself. Rappers claim they drive the phantom, nigga.